Hey, what's up guys? I'm Rob Richards. You're here with me hanging out in the back pit of Gold Gym in Venice, California. Got my laptop with me, pre-workout, catching up on a little bit of work before today's workout. And I'm checking out some of the comments that you're leaving on the videos and across my other social media. And one thing that really stands out, and that is there's a lot of beginners, a lot of new people to the gym asking questions about a lot of the basic exercises. And although I cover a lot of different muscle groups and workouts over my videos, sometimes I forget to cover the essentials, the basics, the fundamentals to those starting out. So today's video is going to be focusing on 5 of the best basic bicep exercises, popular muscle groups. So we're going to look at exercises, form, and technique. Besides working out, just when you're starting out into fitness, it's important to have a great understanding about nutrition, supplementation, and also there's a whole host of this conflicting information online. So one website that I found that it's actually really useful. It's called Fitness Deal News. It's got a whole lot of offers, coupons, deals on everything from supplements, training apparel, bars, gear, and information. They don't sell anything. It really just sources all of the best prices and options from the likes of bodybuilding.com, Vitamin Shop, Amazon. I'm just looking at a couple of things on here. New trainers on here, a couple of training tops, workout gear like lifting straps. Definitely something that I recommend checking out, especially if you've got a few minutes before your workout like me now, or whilst you're doing cardio. You know, everything that I buy from different sites, and I can get it all on here and get the best deals with that. We'll look more at that later. Fitness Deal News, they are sponsoring this video. So with that being said, let's get on with the video and check out my 5 best basic bicep exercises. Let's go. Exercise number 1, bar curls. Probably the most effective exercises for building the biceps. With this, you want to ensure that your wrists, elbow, and shoulders are all kept in alignment. So don't go too wide or narrow. Secondly, exhale as you pull the bar up, making sure the elbows don't pull too far forwards, and the focus is on squeezing, contracting the muscle up at the top. If you go too heavy, you're going to start to rock back and forth and take much of that effectiveness away from the bicep. As far as sets, I like to warm up 1 or 2 sets, then 2 to 3 heavier sets, working down from 12, 10, and 8 repetitions. Slow, controlled, and all of that emphasis on really squeezing the muscle when the bar is up at the top. Keep a nice fluid tempo. Let's move on, check out exercise number 2. Okay, exercise number 2, seated dumbbell curls. This is a great exercise for targeting the longer outer bicep head, as opposed to when you have the elbows inwards on a bench or is supporting for that short head. So with this one, tons of variations. You can add a rotation in, perform single arm, or like with me, both arms together, slight rotation in, pulls in much of the forearm and adds a nice little peak at the top. Final point in this one, don't go too heavy. Focus on your form, remain upright, and if you are on an incline bench, you can always play around with the incline of the bench. That will increase the intensity on the biceps before starting to go too heavy. As far as sets and reps, I like to focus on 3 sets and a little bit higher reps, 15, 12, and down to 10. Let's move on halfway through exercise number 3. This exercise, a single arm concentration curl, is ideal for working the short head of the bicep. So when people see a split in the bicep, it's actually the same muscle head split 2 ways. You've got the long head and the short head, which gives that nice split in between. And the way to increase this is both through diet, consistency with training, and the types of exercises, particularly one like this one, where your elbow is supported in front of your arm, and for this you can use a bench or an incline bench like this. Support the back of your arm firmly against the bench and allow a full length of the bicep without letting the weight or the forearm touch down. So tension, you want to be keeping tension in the bicep throughout the full range of motion, squeezing up at the top, ensuring a straight line from the wrist, elbow, up to the shoulder. And if you want, add a little rotation inwards, just a slight one, to really emphasize that peak. 12 reps on each arm, and then repeat And for this, 2 to 3 sets is all you need when you're starting out. Let's move on and look at exercise number 4. This is another great exercise for the inner bicep head, that short muscle, as opposed to the long head when your elbows are more at the side. Also, by using machine, it isolates that muscle. It pretty much forces you to follow a certain movement. Great thing about the arm curl machine as well, you can perform this both dual, both arms together, or as a single arm. And by changing the placement of your elbows slightly wider, slightly inner, and that width or narrowness of your grip, you can also shift the emphasis on where you are training the bicep. With the machine, don't go too heavy. You don't want to be rocking back and forth. You want to be nice and stable. So sit with your hips pushed back, leaning your chest over, and ensure the back of the arm, the triceps, is firmly against the back pad. Final point, don't be smashing the weight down at the bottom. Control a nice fluid, slow tempo. You want to be keeping tension firmly on the muscle, and every time you drop the weight down or the weights touch, you relieve that muscle of the tension. So keep tension on the muscle throughout the full reps, 12, 10, and 8, increasing the weight by small increments. A couple of kilos or a few pounds every set, providing you can comfortably achieve those reps, 12, 10, and 8. All right, let's move on. Have a look at our 5th and final bicep exercise. Now, at first glance, this exercise might seem like you work in the back, but doing a close grip pull-up as opposed to a chin-up where the arms are open-handed and wider, you are actually working the biceps here. A little bit more of a tricky advanced exercise. So one way around this is to use an assisted spot, either with a machine or have your training partner gently lift up your legs bent to help support your weight. You can also use one of the resistance bands, looping it around and hooking your knee or foot in to provide extra resistance. Final point on this one, just like with all the other exercises, don't go too quickly. Don't rock back and forth. Allow for a slow descent and then contraction back up, forcing that muscle hard up at the top. One of the best pieces of advice I can give is don't let your ego take over the weights. Don't try to go too heavy. Focus more on how the muscle is feeling. On every repetition, whether it's with pull-ups, dumbbells, or machines, force and contract that muscle. Imagine that someone's got their hand around the arm and they're squeezing it, and you've got to create that tension to ease the grip. That's the mindset on every repetition. And if you start off performing exercises this way, it won't be too long before you're stepping up the advancements, progressing both with weights and seeing a real noticeable difference in your physique. All right guys, that wraps up the end of today's video showing 5 basic bicep exercises. Hope you've enjoyed it and learned maybe 1 or 2 extra things. If you liked the video, comment and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to check out fitnessdealnews.com. Find out more great coupons and offers. Everything from pre-workouts, post-workouts, proteins, bars, apparel, trainers, you name it, they've got it. I'll see you guys back here soon. Take care.